Welcome back to Eye on the Bay. I'm Brian Hackney as we continue our look at ghost towns in the Bay Area, or in this case, what you might call ghost houses. In the 1800s, these structures dotted the route from San Francisco to San Jose. They were stagecoach stops, gambling dens, restaurants, and hotels, all in one. They were, but are no more, the mile houses.
The houses were designated as rest stop for the horses and riders, and places for people to get on the stagecoach. It's kind of like a bus stop.
It was oftentimes a bar and a restaurant. Many of them were hotels, and some of them were even brothels.
In the early 1800s, San Francisco was just a cluster of buildings between Telegraph Hill and the Mission District.
The city begins here in the mid-1830s, and then, of course, explodes during the time of the gold rush.
Horse trails soon ran from the ferry building to San Jose. Travelers and their mounts need rest stops, and so the mile houses.
There was a 3-mile house, a 5, now a 7. There was a 12, a 14, and a 16 that's still in existence.
And what did the miles signify?
They indicated the distance between downtown San Francisco and where the mile house was.
4-Mile House boasted a windmill. The 6-Mile House operated through the 1930s on San Bruno Avenue. 7-Mile House is the only mile house left in its original location. We'll check that out in a minute. The 12-Mile House stood at the top of Grand Avenue in South San Francisco. Built as a stage stop in 1850, the 14-Mile House was on the corner of El Camino Real and San Mateo Avenue in San Bruno.
First floor is always used for a bar, saloon dining. Then in the back there was actually stables.
Peter Lou's 16-Mile House in Millbrae was rebuilt around the corner from its original location. The first 16-mile stop was constructed in 1872 by Juan Sanchez, a member of one of Millbrae's earliest families.
Started off as a stagecoach stop and mile house diner and rest stop. Then as the year progresses, it got into become speakeasy. It was kind of a local getaway.
The recreated 16-Mile House, now on Broadway in Millbrae, still serves up dishes from the original menu.
Which is the rack of lamb, which we still do.
It sounds like a good old-fashioned meal, but time to move along to our final stop, the 7-Mile House. It's on the corner of Bayshore and Geneva Roads in the city of Brisbane. The only mile house that remains unchanged since it was built in the mid-1800s. The old bar still has the original nicks and scratches from another century.
Because we thought that it was a special place, especially because of the history. It's been here since at least 1853, according to the records that we've found so far. It did have a hotel in the back, which is not there anymore. It did also have a brothel. So you could just imagine how much colorful history it has. It's rumored to have housed the largest gambling syndicate west of the Mississippi. And I hope that we do become a place where people come to remember the 1800s. There's not a lot of them left in the country, and I'm very, very proud to be able to share this historic establishment with the rest of our customers.
And today, the 7-Mile House still offers up libations and amusements.
Our signature dish is our 7-Mile Burger.
7-Mile House, last remnant of these ghost houses from Bay Area history, serving up hospitality since 1853.